Writer's block is one of those things that transcends art forms. A painter has a hard time coming up with what to paint sometimes. A filmmaker has a hard time coming up with a story sometimes. A writer has a hard time coming up with a story sometimes. See, Avis has showed me that when I have a schedule to adhere to, writer's block hits like a truck. And this is mainly just because when you're forced to create something, it's really hard to actually be creative with it. So for Avis, I was having a hard time coming up with ideas, and not so much ideas, but also just the story.
Because you see, I can sit here and talk to a camera all day, but that's not an interesting story. I wouldn't want to watch this. So how do I get good at not having writer's block?
So something that I've heard a lot is that writer's block is caused by environment. If you're stuck at a desk all day, it's hard to be creative. So we're gonna go for a drive. See, it's kind of hard to film and drive at the same time. But I mean, the concept is there. You know, if you are feeling writer's block in whatever you do that's creative, find a way to escape. And, you know, if you don't have a car or you don't have a license or whatever, you don't have to drive. Just find a way to get out of your situation. I'd say the next thing you should do, if this doesn't work or this isn't like a possibility for you, is go do something active. Go for a walk, go for a run. Running is definitely not my thing, that's a Luke thing. Go play basketball, go do something, because it helps you think. I was gonna show me doing something active, but with this weather, I just don't feel like that's a really good idea. See, another thing I'd suggest you do is biking, or if you have the means, I do not because I don't have the license for it, motorcycles. That's fun. There are also projects that don't have to be creative that you can work on. Behind me is my dad's Volkswagen Beetle from, I believe it's like, tell me about your Beetle.
So my Beetle is a 1971 Volkswagen Super Beetle that I've had since I was 15. My mom and dad, your grandma and grandpa, bought it for me as my first car. So I've had it for a long time.
And why are you working on it now?
I'm working on it now because I want to completely rebuild it. So I'm taking it apart all the way down, everything taken apart, and going to completely refurbish, rebuild it.
So this is my dad's office. I actually have an office down here too, which is right over there. And you'd think in a place like this that has all the gear, there wouldn't be creative block. But there is, because creative block is a mental thing, not a physical thing.
Workstation number 1. Workstation number 2. Sort of workstation number 3. That's not really a full one though.
And then this here is my workstation. Really basic, RAID, lights. These hook up to my laptop, and it's an L desk, so I have space over here, and then I have some drawers over there. See, and a workstation like this helps promote creativity and productivity, but you're still gonna get writer's block. And that really goes to show no matter where you are, it's all about your environment. Famous painters like Picasso or Van Gogh couldn't have painted what they had if they were in a room with no windows. Now that's not to say that everyone is like that. Not everybody needs a physical inspiration. Some people have an overactive imagination that can help substitute for that. However, that's not everybody. So finding techniques and finding ways to help yourself get out of writer's block will benefit everyone greatly.